right, everybody, welcome to the stream. We're just about underway here, fixing a couple slight settings behind the scenes, but it looks like we're good to go now. Match is officially live. Bad News Bears taking on Extra Salt. BNB does have Mad Cow, their coach, playing for this one. I think they had Viz last match, if I'm not mistaken. I suppose he wasn't available for this one. And OC getting things started on the right foot here for Extra Salt. Nice little one-tapper at mid with that USP. BNB still a bit split up here. They are sending the C4 down banana. It looks like we might... Oh. Looks like contact might be made here soon, but BNB still holding off a bit at banana. Smokes have been popped at banana. BNB looking for the commit, making their way towards cross. It's already smoked out. Mad Cow able to take out JT back sight. And Sheikh Zula, that should free him up here for the plant at barrels. C4 successfully planted. BNB left with 4 to defend the bomb. Sonic on the rotation with Marky from Construction. They're good for 3 each. Marky coming up huge with those 2 headshots onto Spongy and Swisher. And ES will indeed secure the defuse with no further contest there. Nice retake from ES. I actually thought that was going to be quite a bit closer. I thought each of those Marky kills would have been met with trades, but they were not. We'll see if ES can capitalize off this early momentum. Swisher leading the way down banana here. Sonic and JT looking to maybe hold their ground, but they're now going to fall back into sight a bit. Sonic going to boost his teammate up flower pot there. BNB still not fully committing to banana. Looks like they're actually going to rotate back through mid. Try their chances at A here potentially. Just trying to take control of upper mid first and foremost. Making their way towards jungle, led by Spongy, but OC and Cubby good for 1, takes out Mad Cow as well. Shakes there for the trade, but a lot of damage going out onto Swisher and Shake as well. Will that be enough for a second round in ES's favor? Junior likely going to have to come up big here. He's got to go back up Swisher immediately. Swisher's already down lane with 27 HP, left to clear pit, not going to be able to do so. Marky and Fang each getting a pick from side. Marky actually in big pit there, picking up a second as Junior falls to the end of the round near lane there. And Bad News Bears looks like they had a pretty solid chance at getting something going with the wraparound split, excuse me. But Extra Salt just too disciplined on their angles and protocols. They're not just going to let you get in the sight with without, you know, more of a fight than that. Looks like BNB going to be on a force buy once again, and more HE damage going out after Mad Cow already got tagged down to 8 HP from those initial nades at the beginning of the round. Not a good start to round 3 for Bad News Bears. They do have 4 Desert Eagles to work with. But BNB could be walking into a bloodbath here at the B side. Sonic keeping an eye on things from Coffin. It's going to make visual contact. Oh, lines up the initial collat. Goes for 2. Sonic peaks. Gets a 3rd as Mad Cow falls. Sonic maybe going to go for an ace here if he can hold on. Has 19 HP. Just barely dodging those 50 caliber Deagle bullets. But not any longer. Junior finding him parked into the smoke there at back corner. JT on the trade just a moment later, but Junior, nice little 1D staying in the round. Fang gonna trade him out there on the rotation from CT spawn in a 3rd round going the way of Extra Salt. Bad News Bears, after a couple semi-buys, things not quite working out. I guess the initial buy 2nd round was almost a forced buy, but they did have some cash left over. JT looking for contact at Banana, finds Swisher while he's still blinded. Nice early toss there from Sonic before that. BNB again kind of spreading out on their default here, letting some time off the clock. Junior looking to make that peek across. Great peek from Junior. Found JT waiting to avoid the flash. Kind of quick switched out as well. Junior able to clear sight right after that. Nice little shot back sight onto Sonic. That'll leave BNB with a 2-man advantage. Mad Cow going to go for the plant here. No ES members close enough to stop that plant, and it looks like Fang and Marky likely going to be saving after Spongy finding OC at underpass bench there. And it looks like Fang and Marky will be able to save these rifles. BNB going to be exiting the B site from Banana. Bomb will officially detonate, and that is the 1st round of the map for Bad News Bears. Junior officially opping now. And Extra Salt's still going to be able to squeeze out a full rifle round here. They do have 3 players without head armor here on the CT side. We'll see if that comes into play later in the round or not. Yes, getting very aggressive at mid. Fang already pushed all the way down mid. Surely some kind of contact about to be made here. Fang still all the way pushed down, halfway down T-mid. Spongy might just walk into his crosshair, and he does. Fang with the initial headshot into alt there. Junior able to get the trade. Still a bit of a chaotic scene going down at middle, though. JT good for 2 at Banana. Shake Zula did get the initial redemption trade, if you will, onto Sonic. OC still keeping an eye on A Halls. Some nice intuition from OC there, taking out Mad Cow and Halls. Junior still at middle. OC's intuition might be not as strong about Junior's location there. Junior will kind of sneak his way through wraparound into A site. And Junior will probably be able to get the C4 down here. He's just trying to clear Big Pit and these other obvious angles. Even Junior's like, what's going on here? Why haven't I taken any fire yet? Oh, and he's going to see Marky at quad. Gets the double scope onto Marky. Certainly that's going to open him up for the plant. But OC and JT on the quick rotation here Can Junior pull off this 1v2? We've seen it numerous times before pulled off by him in all sorts of 1vx situations with the AWP. OC leading the rotation into side. Junior with the nice reaction into backside. OC down, looking for the final kill. 1v1. Junior versus JT. JT fakes the defuse. He's only got 32 HP. Visuals being made as Junior just narrowly peeks from pit, and Junior finally makes the final peek of the round. JT down due to that accurate AWP of Juniors there. And Bad News Bears within a single round now, potentially tying things up here on map 1. So Extra Salt coming off a win against Levitate. That was a BO1 in this IEM qualifier. Bad News Bears took out Triumph 16-12 in the prior round. Payne is live against Team 1 right now. In the other semifinal, Payne was able to take out Infinity in the last round 16-4. Team 1 with a nice little dominant BO1 over Arrow. So 16-8 dub for them. And that's how we ended up here. Winner of this looks like they'll be advancing to the close qualifier. Contact being made top mid. Fang was able to get that initial headshot on the full save here for ES. A couple trades going out after that, and ES is still in the mix. Brings it from a 3v3 to a 3v2. Sonic looking for more here from Default. Look at the trade after Spongy takes out Marky, but Swisher ultimately trading back. Will plant the C4 here, corner of Default. Can JT pull this off? He's only got a USP in hand right now. Oh, and he's got the initial shots popping off in his favor towards Swisher. There had the flank angle for a second as Swisher was looking the opposite direction, but not able to bring home the kill there. And we're all tied up at 3 apiece. BNB spreading out a bit here, trying to get some initial picks going at mid and banana. Junior not quite able to finish off JT with that AWP. I think he might have tagged him though through that spam at the end of banana. Junior does take down OC top mid. That could open things up at lane here into the A site for Bad News Bears. Spongy coming out balcony at the same time. They need to clear Graveyard though. Marky still in Graveyard, good for 3. And that could be the round changer here. Still a one-man advantage for ES after what was looking like it was going to be a very good chance at a plant for BNB. That's not going to be the case. Mad Cow still pinned down in sight. Junior in pit. Contact likely about to be made at lane here. Junior peeking lane. Sonic just off to the side there, I think, at quad. Fang still hasn't peeked. Sonic now up in A halls. Peeks into sight. Mad Cow down. It's all up to Junior once again. It's a 1v3 this time. Oh, surely that quick switch is going to be heard from Halls and maybe even Quad. Fang able to finish off Junior as he starts making his way towards lane. And Junior maybe could have played that 1v3 a bit crisper, but ultimately that was going to be a difficult one to win either way. Sonic taking quite a bit of damage there as his team tries to fend off that initial banana push, but Extra Salt actually sending 4 back to the A site now. It's only Sonic who is left trying to hold B. Mad Cow able to finish him off, and Bad News Bears is headed right into the B site. And I'm actually a bit surprised ES went for the 4-player rotation at A there. Certainly they could have left one more rifler at B, but not going to be the case. Bomb will be planted. Bad News Bears still with all 5 players alive to defend this one. Exit and a late trade going out, but ultimately this is going to be ES saving their remaining rifles. They're not going to... Okay. Excuse me. OC will be saving that AWP they have there on the CT side. I got a bit worried for a moment. Unless Swisher hits one of these... Oh! Swish! Almost with the last second headshot into Big Pit there. That would have... made OC lose his AWP, and ES would not have been able to replace it. But alas, that is not the case. OC still with the big green weapon in hand. BNB making their way up middle. That's Mad Cow leading the way once again through jungle. And BNB already has the wraparound to the A site. Marky down in pit. Marky's Molotov does get the trade. Bang from pit as well. And the double pit connection there for Extra Salt gonna come up huge. That's actually going to leave only Spongy remaining here for BNB. 1v3 scenario. He does have 94 HP to work with. But man, that's a lot of Salters to still be fending off there. And ultimately, Extra Salt will indeed secure a 5th round for themselves. BNB spreading out a bit at mid and ultimate, but JT, oh boy, getting the pick all the way down banana, lands the AK-40, has 7 headshot. Does take some damage in that interaction. JT tagged down to 20 HP, but still a 1-man advantage here for ES. Still a minute 15 though for BNB to work with. Further contact being made at banana. That's going to force Sonic back into the site with the AWP. Sonic and JT potentially going to have to fend off this 4-man push at B. They're not sending a rotator over to B site yet, and this is about the best chance BNB was going to have this round. They're already flanking around from cross to construction, but Sonic and JT firmly holding things down defensively from construction, but it will be enough of a distraction for Swisher to get the C4 planted. Swisher does have a Galil in hand. BNB not totally out of this round yet. Sheikh Zula over here at second barrels, narrowly avoiding that Molotov off the rotators here at cross. Sheikh Zula gonna have a chance to get at least one, and he does. JT down, Sheikh Zula good for another. Sheikh Zula verse 3, and he will eventually get traded out from Marky there near Coffin Ledge. And Extra Salt actually gonna drop a rifle for another AWP here. ES gonna be running a double AWP setup here in round 11. News Bears once again taking things a bit slowly here. They're only on a half buy. OC holding things down from Halls early. Mad Cow has been picked off. Bad News Bears rotating back towards Banana with their remaining 4. They do still have 2 Deagles and a P250 in the hands of Spongy to work with. Swisher leading the way into the B side, making his way into the smoke. This is going to be a B commit from Bad News Bears. JT still backside, takes care of Sheikh Zula. Swisher makes his way towards Coffin, does get the kill onto Sonic Jr. with a big 1 dig there towards back default corner, but he's only got 15 HP remaining, and with still 3 Salters alive on the CT side, it was just too much to overcome with no HP there. And Extra Salt now leading by 3 rounds here in map 1. Bad News Bears looking for trouble at Banana, and they're finding it! JT making the peek from Plywood. Sonic does get the trade after that initial headshot, but it looks like Shake's, yeah, okay. I thought maybe Sheikh Zula was going to get traded out there too, but he's able to slip away with 29 HP. Mad Cow and Sheikh Zula dropping in mid just moments later though. Great peek from window from Fang out alt mid. Perfect intuition and timing there from Fang. He surely sensed that B&B was making the rotation back towards mid, and Junior gets wrecked at quad. I'm sorry, Junior. I wish I could use a different word there, but that was majority through the smoke, just getting headshotted as soon as he peeked near quad there. And Extra Salt now up by 4. And things are looking a bit questionable here on Inferno for Bad News Bears. Obviously, they're not totally out of this one yet, but they are going to kind of need... I feel like Spongy, actually, they need some more offensive firepower from right now. Sorry to single you out like that, Sponge. But Spongy hasn't quite been able to get things going. Sheikh Zula with not too many kills yet either, but he is the IGL, and he is pushed all the way up here at Banana in the smoke, but not for long. JT will find him there after the smoke dissipates. Sonic backing up JT at the top of Banana, gets 2, looking for a 3rd, but Spongy able to respond. Deagle headshot onto JT, looking for more, narrowly missing Sonic, only at 16 HP remaining. Spongy on the final peak from half wall does hit the 1 dig onto OC, but Fang on the immediate trade, and Extra Salt continuing to look sharp here on Inferno. Bad News Bears looking to get at least just 1 more round before the half, and they're going to be aiming for a CT side comeback if possible here. Cow and Spongy closing in on A Halls. Nice pick there from both of them. Spongy especially clearing the way towards balcony. Spongy already leading out into side. He should be able to take care of Fang behind default box. He does. Fang down at the A side. That's going to leave only Sonic and JT remaining here for the CT side. Sheikh Zula will get the plant down without any further contests, and surely Sonic and JT gonna remain on the B side here for the save. JT with that brand new Operation Riptide invisible A1S skin. See, that's the Mater right there, boys. You just pop around the corner and they don't even know what you're holding. That's intimidation right there, because it could be anything, right? Oh, but Swisher will not be intimidated by an invisible weapon. Hits the last second exit +1 as he finds Sonic off there to the right-hand side of site near Coffin. And Bad News Bears with a much-needed 5th round there. Can they slice the lead of ES to 3 before we go into the second half? It's going to be a tough task. ES still using double AWPs this round. Sonic with back-to-back spams on half wall. Shake Zula down. And the boy Shake not going to be too thrilled about that one. Sonic still with 74 HP, able to fall back to CT cross. Leading the way into sight, gets Fang down at Flower Pot. I'm not sure if Fang was still flashed off there or not, but I thought he would have fired down at Swisher much earlier than that. OC rotating through Constructure, does find the op kill onto Swish. OC and Marky obviously forced to go for this last round of the half. Marky not hurt until the last second there at Banana, but Junior able to turn around in time, whip the odd shot onto Marky, and OC with essentially no time remaining. I can't imagine he's going to be able to get on the defuse in time. He's not. Mad Cow able to finish off OC there to slice the lead of Extra Salts to just 3 rounds here on map 1. We'll be back in just a few minutes for the second half. Don't go anywhere. We're back for the second half. The Salters lurking near underpass at mid, really not making any definitive moves yet. The Salters now making their way up Banana, looking a bit more decisive here. A lot of utility and mollies coming out here at the B side. It is a B side commit. Extra Salt making their way into side. Swisher hitting 1G'd up there. Back corner of default. JT gonna finish him off. Shake Zula able to trade out. Brings it to a 3-on-3. JT still able to stay alive, and that smoke grenade will get the C4 planted despite getting tagged down to 16 HP there in that initial skirmish. Bad News Bears looking to retake. Still a 3-on-3 scenario. Mad Cow gonna get picked off across. JT backing up his teammate at cross as well. And Marky good for the final headshot with that Glock. And Extra Salt just continuing to look spicy, if you will. Not necessarily looking salty. Maybe looking salty in a good way. Certainly not looking salty in a bad way. And Extra Salt actually with a somewhat similar default to Bad News Bears here. Spreading out Banana, mid, and alt. Fang with a nice pick there at the end of the end of Banana, excuse me. Bad News Bears being on a force buy here, so to lose Swisher that early in the round is certainly a bit brutal for Bad News Bears, and unfortunately the bad news continuing there. Marky finds Mad Cow in Boiler Room. Junior still has that scout in handshake. Zula on the Mag 7. Spongy looking to use that 5-7 for some headshots. Fang leading the way towards Arch, and Extra Salt already doing the wraparound into the A side. OC clearing out Big Pit. And ES, excuse me, just showing off their discipline here, checking all angles needed, and Bad News Bears really just wasn't able to do much on the force. It looks like BNB just had a player disconnect from the server. It looks like Swisher, not sure if he got just a standard DC there. What happened? I'm sure a pause is about to be taken at the end of this round. And BNB again gonna be left with not a whole lot of cash to work with. Sheikh Zula on the Mag 7 again here. A couple upgraded pistols. And BNB to somehow swing this round, they're gonna need a couple big 1Ds from Junior essentially. And Junior, hell of a player, but it's certainly no guarantee here. JT leading Extra Salt onto the B site. Taking this decisively, BNB was on the A stack, now pushing through mid to close in on Banana as well. Bomb will be planted. See if BNB is able to get a couple from construction here, potentially. Junior not making the cross quite yet. Looking for that long range 1 dig, but BNB might just choose to fall back here for some sort of very, very late exits. Sheikh Zula, nice little pop shot with the Mag 7 there. T-Ram. Couple trades going out at CT spawn. But ultimately the Salters continuing to stay disciplined, secure a 12th round for themselves. And now here's the true test. BNB running the double AWP setup ops in the hands of both Junior and Shake. BNB sending 3B early. Extra Salt sending at least 2 up Banana. Swisher doing quite a bit of damage through that initial smoke grenade. Swisher able to finish off JT. Nice little toss there down. Banana shakes Zula. Good for the spam headshot through half wall. Fang down. Big plays here from the Bears. Can they close this round out and attempt to make their comeback here on the CT side? Still quite a bit of time for Extra Salt to work with. Minute 12 on the clock. Marky looking for trouble at balcony, finds it. Mad Cow with the A1S firing back into balcony there at the end of A halls. That's going to leave only Sonic and OC remaining. Sonic leading OC into the B site. OC does have the C4 in hand. Still 50 seconds on the clock. ES not out of this round yet. 2v5 situation. Bomb will be planted without either Extra Salt player taking any bullets there as they crossed over into the B site. Junior able to take out OC as he makes his way in front of Banana. It's all up to Sonic. Iron Man 1v5 situation. There's only so much he can do. Does get Swish on the initial peek there from Barrels. Immediately traded out by Spongy, who will also defuse the C4. Bad News Bears within 5. JT and the boys spreading out a bit here on the T side, but again, no definitive moves being made by Extra Salt yet, just continuing to let some time off the clock. Shake Zula keeping an eye on that half-wall boosted Banana, which is a good spot to watch. I feel like that boost isn't watched as much as it should be. Shake Zula! Good for a second there at Banana. 2-man advantage for the Bears. Junior about to peek mid again. Makes the peek from jungle. JT down quad side. That's going to be C4 down as well. The Bears should be able to close this one out. Junior on the peak again. Top mid. Able to take care of Sonic. And some nice FAMAS action from Mad Cow as Marky drops down into Big Pit. And things looking much more doable now here for the Bears within 4 rounds of potentially tying things up here on map 1. Swisher on the initial stop there at the top of Banana. Whew. OC and Marky down. Swisher potentially looking for an ace here. Pushing down Banana. Finds the headshot onto Sonic. JT and Fang of ES making their way up mid. JT he's gonna need to get up there faster. He's gonna get flanked from T ramp angle. Swisher finds the 4th. Swisher, potential ace inbound as he'd already rotated to the A site. He does not have this final piece of information needed for the ace, which is going to be Fang making his way into library. Fang's going to hear that footstep. Swisher, my brother, you've just given up your location, but it might be okay. You might still get this ace, but you might not, but you might, and you did. Swisher able to take out Fang there as he comes out of Arsh. And Swisher, good for the ace, brings Bad News Bears now to within 3 rounds of the potential tie. And Extra Salt, potentially the ones taking the tactical timeout here. They have not bought yet. Sonic does have that AK in hand, but the remaining 4 players here on the T side not making a financial decision yet. like live play will be resuming. Extra Salt is deciding on the full buy here on the terrorist side. But once again, they're going up against a double AWP setup. Shake Zula getting boosted half wall early here at Banana. Surprisingly, ES not making their way further up Banana as usual. Swisher taking advantage of some of that confusion going on at Banana. Makes the peek through smoke, hits the headshot onto OC. Fang trades out onto Shake Zula though. And not onto his teammate behind him. Four-on-four scenario. 45 seconds on the clock. Extra Salt grouped up at the end of Banana. This will be a B commit from ESJT leading his team across the smokes here. JT looking to clear out sight. He's heard entering side Swish, or Junior actually with the op in construction, not able to hit that initial shot partially through the smoke as JT makes his way to dark corner. Swisher and Junior about to wide peek potentially from construction, but Sonic is boosted at back barrels, does hit the AK kill onto Swisher. One-man advantage for ES. Sonic and the boys still looking to defend the C4. Pressure building here for the Bears. Are they just going to fall back and save it? They might have to. Not a lot of time here, and it looks like the Bears are falling back for exit kills. Spongy on that initial headshot. Marky trading out. Sonic on the trade as well, but Spongy able to get that late exit. Still will not change the outcome of the round. Extra Salt now leading 13-9. Extra Salt starting the round off slow once again. This is basically a 2-3 mid and A Hall split. Marky leading the way in A Halls. Bad News Bears is very suspicious of Halls here. Or utility being used towards Hall. Spongy good for 2 from Pit. Mad Cow taking care of Sonic as well. Mad Cow looking for a second kill at lane, finds it. JT surely had a chance at a nice little headshot angle towards Mad Cow, but not able to react in time. Swisher will finish off OC there at the end of the round, and that'll be a 10th round going the way of the Bears. They're not running a double AWP setup anymore, but still looking very solid here on the CT side as BNB continues to attempt this comeback. BNB was down by at least 6 earlier in the half here, 12-6. So as mentioned, things still looking much more doable, especially with ES being on a save here, and that HE being tossed by the Bears at mid is going to do a significant amount of damage to Extra Salt. Swisher able to get 2. Spongy good for 1 as well. Junior throwing his op into the mix at the end there after Spongy took out a second at wraparound there at Arch. And the Bears are alive, boys, within 2 rounds now. See if the Bears can complete the comeback with their coach playing. And yes, I believe Viz did play in their last match, but apparently was not available for this best of 3. Winner of this advances to the close qualifier, if I'm not mistaken. Extra Salt still taking control of most of mid and alt here. The Bears know it, and they're giving ES some space to work with at mid. Mad Cow delaying that push at least temporarily with that Molotov top mid. ES continuing to make their way towards Arch, though, led by Fang. Junior down. Fang still with Galil in hand, looking for more. Junior somehow gets a trade out there onto JT in mid with that Molotov. Sonic rotating into sight from wraparound, finds the initial headshot onto Spongy at pit, takes out Mad Cow as well there near the site. That's going to free up OC for a nice little C4 plant there. Back sight. Bad news. Bears looking to retake with Sheikh Zula and Swisher. And this should, yep, this is going to be around going to the Salters. Shake and Swish going to be saving those weapons. And BNB just maybe giving Extra Salt just a bit too much room to play with there at top mid. And Extra Salt just keeps taking advantage of Arch side mid. We'll see if the Bears are able to change that narrative here, as Extra Salt is edging closer to map point. Swisher making his way down Banana early with the A1S. JT down. Swisher looking for additional trouble here. He's gonna find it. Fang makes his way reverse through the smoke. Actually finds Swisher's teammate first. That's Sheikh Zula absorbing the headshot there in front of Halfwall. Fang with a nice little toss down Banana though. That HE is gonna tag Swisher down to just 8 HP. Junior says, no way, boys. I'm falling back. Swisher gonna join him as well. Four-on-4 situation, 52 seconds on the clock. Extra Salt still looking to toy with B here, but they technically do have enough time to fall back right now if they choose to do so. They're still appearing maybe not so undecided now, unless all of these nades are just a distraction. But Molotov's going out as well. Fang leading ES onto the B side. Sonic taking out Swisher in between barrels. They're gonna force Junior back into construction, and Extra Salt again essentially just using their confidence to force Bad News Bears further back, I think, than they would normally fall back to in a lot of these, you know, a lot of these defensive holds. And that is indeed going to be BNB saving and looking to push this one to overtime if they can. They're going to need 4 rounds in a row to do that after the C4 detonates here. Bad News Bears running the double op setup, looking for a chance at overtime, but OC and JT each with a respective pick at banana and mid. Fang continuing the mayhem onto the B side here. That's going to be only Mad Cow and Spongy here to keep Bad News Bears in this one. That's going to be a bit of a difficult task as the bomb has already been planted. Smokes are down. ES is firmly set up defensively. They've got a lurker going for the CT spawn flank as well. And that flank could prove the end of BNB. Mad Cow making its way into construction. Spongy as well. And I mean only the end of the map, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back for map 2 in just a few minutes here. Alright everybody, welcome back to the stream. Map 2 Ancient between the Bears and the Salters. B&B looking to push it to a third map with their coach Mad Cow playing here. Extra Salt getting aggressive through A main, making their way onto the A side already. Marky leading the way. Spongy peeking from Donut, finds 2 headshots. Spongy gets a third. Can he go for the A? Sonic and OC there to trade +1. Sonic does get dinged up, down to 30 HP. Shakezul able to finish him off after rotating out of A main. It's only OC remaining at Donut. Junior gonna finish him off. The Bears with more than enough time to defuse, and it looks like they will be getting Ancient started off on the right note here. Ancient, maybe the biggest question mark of a map that could have been played between these two teams in this series. This is a bit of a difficult situation for the Bears playing such a volatile map as Ancient with their coach. We'll see how it works out. Coach down early though at the B site. Fang on the peak. And Mad Cow has been playing well, don't get me wrong, but you're gonna have to be very frag intensive against a team like Extra Salt to hold off some of these rushes. Junior with another nice little hold there. Marky down, brings it to a 3-on-3. Fang continuing to rotate there all the way through towards CT spawn. Will find Swisher with that Galil. Sonic making some space at the B side. Looks like Extra Salt will be able to plant it B here. It's all up to Junior to make something happen. Junior does find Sonic rotating through T spawn there for the exit, but let's see if he's able to get more. Those footsteps and Fang right in front of him here at A main. He's got JT off in the distance as well. Junior not going to be able to save that A1S. Extra Salt has things all tied up here at 1 apiece now. Extra Salt will be on a full rifle round here, but bad news. Bears on the force buy. 3 Desert Eagles, Mag 7, a scout in the hands of Junior here on the CT side. OC able to take out Swisher early there at Donut. Junior passing that corpse of his teammate. Double scope down mid with the scout headshot completed onto JT. We're now sitting at a 4-on-4, still a minute 20 for Extra Salt to work with here. Spongy with quite a 1-deke there at middle, but he was pushed so far down that OC already had the flank angle there from top mid. OC now making the rotation back lanes into the B side. Mad Cow down. It's only Shakezul remaining here. He's right next to Default, coming out of smoke with the Mag 7. Does get Marky. Can he get one more? Almost brought it to a 1v1 there, but not quite able to do so. Extra Salt now leading by 1 here on map 2, and certainly the majority of the pressure this game gonna be on the side of the Bears, as it's all up to them to push this to a 3rd map. Still obviously very early in the map here, but these early rounds do add up. Bad News Bears not with a whole lot of cash to fall back on after that last round. They are going to be pushing up mid and Cheetah already. 2 on the left-hand side of Cheetah. Extra Salt does not have that information. It's Mad Cow and Shake right here around the corner. Shake good for the trade, but JT trading back. That's Mad Cow and Shake down early. The remaining players on B and B in a full safe situation. Over near A main, boosted right outside of main was Swisher. He's going to get picked off by Fang. Fang able to find Spongy as well there at A main. And Bad News Bears now trailing by 2. But it looks like they will be able to squeeze out this rifle buy they were looking for. Junior going to be on the AWP as well. Mad Cow and Swisher will have to settle for some FAMASes, some FAMI, if you will. JT making his way back towards middle after dissipating that initial Molotov tossed out by the Bears there outside of Cheetah. Fang getting aggressive here towards mid. Does find Swisher at Donut. Fang looking for more action at the A side. Clears out Spongy near Big Box. And Bad News Bear is going to have to retake at a 1-man disadvantage. Will that be doable here? Are they going to be forced into a save? Bomb has not been planted yet. Sonic just now picking up that C4 at mid. So Bears still with maybe a shot here. But Shakezula and Junior taking additional damage after making the rotation there. Just outside of CT spawn. Mad Cow gonna fall at mid stairs as well. JT on the hardcore lurk there at mid. And surely Junior and Shake gonna have to save now. Junior and Shake falling back into the B side, but they're being chased and closed in from the opposite angle as well. And JT not giving Shake any room there at the B side. Makes his way into the cave at the end of the round, where Junior will get that late post-plant kill. But ultimately, it's a 4th round going the way of Extra Salt. Junior was able to retain that AWP, but that's about all the Bears have going this round. B&B gonna have to fill out the rest of their lineup here in round 6 with 4 Desert Eagles. Spongy getting aggressive A main. That smoke is actually gonna nick an ES player's head there. Sonic leading the way out into the A side. He's already tagged up. Spongy down 10 HP. He will be able to finish him off behind Big Box. Extra Salt now flooding the A side. Things not looking too hot here for the Bears. Or maybe too hot, as a Molotov is still down in front of CT spawn. And OC double scoping through that molly will find Swisher at spawn. Junior, Shake, and Mad certainly gonna have to save that op and 2 Deagles here. Shake and Mad more so than Junior maybe gonna be looking for some exits with these Deagles. OC does find Shake late, as he was still trying to make a peek there into the A site. Extra Salt now leading 5-1 here on map 2. And Bad News Bears only has so many chances left to stack some CT rounds. They certainly don't want to be going into the second half with their back up against the wall. Let's see what Junior and Shake can get going here. They're running a double AWP setup defensively. Mad Cow getting very aggressive at Cheetah here. Swisher getting aggressive at mid as well. Sonic at B lanes, joined by a teammate, will take out Swisher early. That's not a good sign for the Bears. OC looking to make way onto the B site, is still using that AWP. Spongy with a nice spam there through main B wall. That's Sonic down. Less than a minute remaining. 4-on-4 scenario. The Bears still running double snipers. The Salters potentially looking to push Cave here. They suspect Shake Zula is still in there, and he is. Shake also only has 24 HP with that AWP, and Junior's op will fall at the A site. Nice play by Marky. Absolutely perfect timing there as he sets up Fang for the free plant after that. And Bad News Bears just not able to catch a break here on Ancient. Mad Cow does find a little post-plant A1S headshot there at B. But the Bears gonna have to be careful of Fang rotating out of spawn towards Ruins here. And just as I say that, Shake Zula down. Fang looking for more, able to take out Spongy. Say it ain't so for a third onto Mad Cow. It won't be Mad Cow good for the trade. He'll be able to save that AWP as well. Extra Salt now leading 6-1, but Bad News Bears not completely out of this one yet. We'll see what they decide here. They have a couple players who can afford to buy, a couple players who can't. Early Molotov from the Salters into cave area. Extra Salt continuing to make their way onto the A side, led by Sonic. Spongy down at default boxes. Marky good for another there as Swisher rotates out of backside. Junior is able to find JT through the smoke. Junior watching his flank there, and Spawn able to take out Fang. And that's going to leave B&B in a 2-on-3. I don't know if they're going to be going for the retake here. It looks like they won't be. Shake Zula still in mid with that Desert Eagle. Junior good for another exit, though, showing off some more of his patience as Sonic rotates out of the site. But ultimately, this will be a 7th round going to Extra Salt. And, man, Bad News Bears has got to get some kind of rounds together here before the second half. Easier said than done, but at least B&B does have some cash to work with here. It looks like Mad Cow or Junior might be having to drop Spongy. It looks like they do. Junior will be on the AWP once again. And this right here, round 9, this is truly Bad News Bears' chance to get back into this one. You don't want to end up in a 9-1, 10-1 situation. They got to put their foot down here. They're on a full buy. They know Extra Salt is feeling confident right now, but how are you going to fire back in? Oh, OC on the head boost at mid will find Junior at Donut, and that's certainly not how B&B was hoping to kick this round off. Can't necessarily blame Junior for not reacting quick enough to that one. That was just a difficult situation. But Marky and Sonic continuing to show their dominance here at mid and Cheetah. Good for 2 more picks. And the Bears left with only Sheikh Zula and Mad Cow here. Bomb will be planted at the A side. Mad Cow caught on the rotation towards CT spawn. Fang ready there with the AK headshot. And it's only Sheikh Zula with an A1S at the bottom of Ruins here. Looking for any kind of late exits he can get. And man, BNB running out of opportunities here. They're going to certainly going to have to just attempt quite a comeback here in the second half to get back into this one. Hopefully they can squeeze out at least a couple more rounds here on the first half to make this one a bit closer heading into the second half. But even that, I don't know if they're going to be able to squeeze out a few more. Extra Salt just looking so dominant here on Ancient. And the Bears, once again, not left with much cash to fall back on. They will buy up 2 MP9s, a CZ Junior and Spongies on the Desert Eagles once again. Junior getting aggressive at mid, already pushed down, already taking an op shot from OC though to the leg, somehow sliding away with 16 HP. Junior gonna need some stitches on that one. He's bleeding everywhere on the rotation there. And in the midst of that chaos, there's gonna be a couple of trades going out at the B side. BNB coming out on top of that one. Only losing Sheikh Zula, stopping Sonic and JT in their tracks. Junior does still only have 16 HP, but Extra Salt was not able to take the B side as they imagined there. Junior already rotating on the flank through CT spawn to A though. Spongy gonna have to be careful here. Junior doesn't know his location yet. Junior, did he see him out of his peripheral there? Am I just tripping? Did I only see... Excuse me, I thought ES was already sending one towards A. They're not. Fang continuing to advance onto the B site. I was totally thrown off there for some reason. Fang still had the bomb at B that whole time. I thought they were rotating at least one to A.
Bomb has been planted.
Bomb will get planted at B, and man, I was hoping BNB maybe was gonna be able to pull off one more 1-dig there before the plant got down, but that's not the case, and a 9th round will be going the way of Extra Salt. Bad news, Bears in a rough situation now. They are running a double AWP setup, but the pressure is so high right now for BNB to get a stop. They can't just... It's hard to go out there with a clear mind right now. Junior on the collateral, but not the kind he was looking for. One's going to be a teammate as Marky Balls making his way into A. Swisher does back up his teammate there at the A side. Nice little FAMAS headshot onto Fang. Sonic just continuing to force his way onto the A side, though. His teammates will be joining him. And Junior looking for some sort of pick here as he makes that rotation. Sheikh Zula getting very close to default. Still a minute left for Extra Salt to work with here. Junior, nice reaction shot as JT makes the cross from big box. Sheikh Zula gonna peek out default at just the same time and finish off OC and Sonic. And finally, a second round going the way of the Bears. Ideally, they need at least 2 to 3 more of those before the half ends here, but as mentioned previously, that's far from a guarantee with how the Salters are playing currently. Sonic and JT trying to open up some space here at Cheetah, but no major contact being made yet. JT did take a little bit of damage at the beginning of the round. Nice push from Sonic. Sonic good for another, and BNB just not quite going to be able to hold off that late A push. It looks like they had a good shot at there for a while, but just took too much damage as the round progressed, and Extra Salt securing a 10th round for themselves. BNB not quite left in a bye situation here. Extra Salt on their default mid, taking firm control of upper mid and the outside of A main. Bad News Bears does have 3 at B this round. They've got 1 ready to quick rotate back lane if needed. BNB on somewhat of a half buy here. 3 Desert Eagles, a 5-7 CZ, a P250 in the hands of Mad Cow. Marky still boosted mid ledge here. Fang up ahead of him on mid stairs. Extra Salt taking their sweet time though. Already running down the clock to about 50 seconds. Keen eye on lane there at B. Will take out Sheikh Zula. Bad News Bears need some kind of pick here if they have a shot at this round at the B site. Not going to be able to do so. Marky clearing out 2 upon entering. Spongy still able to get 1 on the rotation there as he makes his way back towards CT spawn. Junior, meanwhile, waiting for a Salter to push towards CT spawn. He's going to get what he's looking for in just a moment here. JT right around the corner, but Junior not able to finish him off. And Spongy hoping to save this AK-47, but even that's not guaranteed right now. He's got enemies closing in from all over. Does somehow hit 2 headshots there as he whips over onto Sonic after that initial HS onto JT. Ultimately traded out by OC's accurate AWP. And the Bears just, man, just not quite in their proper form here on Ancient, and Extra Salt's just starting to run away with this one. Swisher with a nice push there out of Cheetah towards mid. Does find 2. Can BNB get at least another round here on the CT side? Marky says no, as he's good for the trade a few minutes later. On to Swisher, brings us to a 3-on-3 scenario, minute 15 on the clock. Extra Salt still making their way towards the A site here. JT and Marky on the rotation through CT spawn do find one. They're actually looking to plant B now. It's all up to Sheikh Zula and Spongy to put a stop to this. Sheikh Zula is near Cheetah right now. Hits that headshot onto OC, a Cheetah entrance. Let's see if he falls back through cave in time to catch one of these ES players off guard. He maybe could have made a peek onto JT there as he made his way towards back lane, but contact not made. BNB still with a chance at a 2v2 retake of the site, but JT already wrapping around back lane here. Able to find the easy frag onto Spongy. All up to Sheikh Zula. 1v2 situation. Fakes the defuse. A1S out. He needs these 2 kills right now. He's got no time to spare, and he knows it. That's going to force him to fall all the way back to Cheetah, where for some reason he almost looks like he gave himself up there, albeit potentially unintentionally, but I don't know if he thought he had already jumped outside of Cheetah, but he was still on the interior there. Yeah, bit of a confusing into that round, but alas, we are in the final round of the half, and we're already having contact being made at mid. JT did open up with that initial pick, but trade going out immediately, this time onto Junior. Just moments later as OC is able to finish off with that AWP. Marky does find Spongy trying to get too aggressive towards the A site. Bad News Bears left with Shake and Mad Cow to defend here. Shake only on the MP9. Mad Cow still with the AK-47 in hand. Fang already making the rotation through CT spawn. Sheikh Zula does not have that information, and it will cost him his life. Mad Cow left in a 1v3. Coach going for the clutch through spawn, and that's going to be all she wrote for the first half. Extra Salt leading 13-2. We'll be back for the second half in just a couple minutes here. Don't go anywhere.
Terrorists win.
Ladies and gentlemen, the second half is upon us. Bad News Bears with very limited opportunities here, trailing at 13-2 on map 2. Swisher leading the way towards A main, though. They've already done a significant amount of damage onto Marky. Marky down. Swisher continuing to lead the way onto the A site for the Bears. Bomb will be planted, it looks like. Fang already rotating through backside. JT and OC coming out of CD spawn as well. Swisher and Spongy good for the trades. 2-on-2 situation. BNB needs this round to stay in this one. Junior watching. Default hits the P250 headshot onto OC. Sonic coming out of A main. USP in hand. Sonic going for the 1v2, but Spongy able to get the trade after peeking out from behind Big Box. Sonic down, and that will be a third round going the way of the Bears. Can they make a run for this one and potentially get back into this? Swisher taking control of B lane. Found JT peeking out Cheetah. Early Swisher looking for more action inside. Cheetah making his way towards cave. Finds a second. Gets killed, or excuse me, Sheikh Zula will be down by OC here at the B side. But Mad Cow able to take out Fang. The only Marquee remaining here at back lane. Tots. Whoa! Whoa! Marquee switching to the sidearm, hits a USP headshot, switches immediately to his scout for another headshot, ultimately traded out from Junior. But Marquee, my brother, calm down. Jesus. Bad News Bears has a 4th round. And America is watching. B&B has rifles. Extra Salt do not. Is this the start to Extra Salt's demise on this map? The beginning to the B&B comeback? Question mark? Swisher already clearing out the B site for his teammates. B&B's got to be careful to not somehow let ES have a chance at this retake. Swisher doing a lot of AK suppressive fire back towards spawn at back lane. He's already taken out one. Can he get another? He should be able to. But he's got Fang advancing so close to him, and he's already tagged down to 20 HP. Will Swisher make it out of this? He looks like he might be going for a knife. Sheikh Zula lending him a helping hand with that MAC-10 and Mad Cow assisting with the Galil as well. And Bad News Bears has sliced that lead to 8 rounds, but it's still a substantial lead for the Salters here on map 2. BNB still looking to make their way onto B despite Sheikh Zula taking some initial damage here at B lane. OC watching things from back lane of B site. Hits that initial op headshot onto Mad Cow. BNB has not given up their hopes at the B site yet. They can't really yet. Bombs down right there at the top of B ramp. Can they recover the C4 in time for a plant? Spongy with some nice spam through wooden wall into the site. Fang is able to take out Sheikh Zula, who is trying to advance up B ramp. Fang and OC good for another. Sponge trading back onto OC. Spongy 1v2 situation from B ramp, but Marquee ultimately able to take care of him with an A1S headshot. And Extra Salt now pulling away by 9 rounds as we get deeper into the second half of map 2 here. And the Bears, with essentially no opportunities left, they need this round. Being on T side Ancient with your back up against the wall, not an ideal scenario. Contact being made right outside Cheetah, but not a whole lot of damage being dealt by either team yet here. The Bears still lurking outside of B, but it's not a full B commit yet. This is just a hard lurk at B lane at the moment. Junior They're going to be boosted. B ramp box. Bad News Bears has not given up their positioning here at B ramp and B lane. Still looking to potentially commit to the B side. And Mad Cow looking to lead B and B into B. Mad Cow with some nice spam there into Cave. It's not going to result in a kill though. And Marky and Fang going to be free to lay down some spam fire through these smokes into the side. Swisher and Shake able to clear out side and Cave. Spongy good for another, but Fang good for the trade +1. Swisher finally trades back. And OC making his way towards default. Op headshot onto Swisher and Cave. 1v1 situation. OC making the peek at B ramp, but it's going to be Junior with his own AWP coming out on top of that 1v1, keeping BNB in the series for now as BNB grabs a 6th round for themselves here on Ancient. Can they find some more of that clutch action here moving forward? BNB with a good shot at getting a 7th round. Extra Salt on a bit of a half buy here for Desert Eagles and P250 on the CT side. Marky and the boys already making their way down middle, and Swisher will be taken out at mid/outside Cheetah. And BNB could not afford to really be losing any players here before the plant. They'll lose one. C4 will be planted at the A site by Junior. BNB looking to hold the site with 4. Sonic rotating in from CT spawn. Marky is as well. Spongy able to get the first. Marky trading out. Mad Cow good for the trade again. Shake Zula finds Fang trying to be a bit sneaky here in A main. Gonna put him down with a quick AK headshot. That's gonna leave only an OC and JT remaining here with 50 caliber pistols that they will be saving. Mad Cow looking for a last second one tap, but doesn't realize OC was in spawn. Definitely wasn't expecting that. He just kept reloading there. Finally taking control of mid after those initial smokes and Molotovs were tossed from the defensive side. JT and Marky already pushing out through A main. The Bears are going to have to be careful not to get flanked here. The Bears still thinking about flirting with the A side, but no full commits being made yet. Fang on the peak towards mid stairs will be good for the headshot onto Swisher with the A1S. Bad News Bears now gonna have to figure this round out. 4v5, 55 seconds on the clock. Junior still with an AWP in hand. And Fang, the back of Donut towards CT spawn, patiently awaiting Shake Zula to push. Shake Zula gonna walk right into his crosshair. Unfortunately for the Bears, and they're now at a 2-man disadvantage. 32 seconds on the clock. Extra Salt looking to move into a map point position if possible here. Map in series point if they happen to get this round. JT at the initial boost box at A, able to take care of Mad Cow. Spongy on the trade, but OC backside from CT spawn. Quick op shot onto Junior. It's going to leave only Spongy remaining here to fall back and save that Galil. And the Bad News Bears have no choice but to try to win 8 rounds in a row to force an overtime. Otherwise, they will be out of this series. Bad News Bears looking for control of B lane. Swisher with those Tech 9 skills able to take out Fang, pushing all the way down mid. Sheikh Zula looking to clear out the B side. Finds 2 coming out of Cave. Kills Sonic back lanes there. That's a big pick for BNB. That's going to be enough to clear out the B site and maybe just enough to force OC and Marky into a save as well. It looks like they will be. And if Bad News Bears could have just started making executes like that earlier in the half, we won't talk about the first half. It was a bit of a mess defensively, but if Bad News Bears could have even done what they did this round 4 or 5 rounds ago, at least they wouldn't have their backs up against the wall at series point. But alas, that is the situation we are in, despite Bad News Bears securing an 8th round for themselves here.
Terrorists win.
OC getting boosted all the way down towards B lane quickly, and it's going to pay off so far as he slyly makes his way around that Molotov after the head boost. Swisher taking quite a bit of damage as well in that smoke, but Sonic not able to finish him off. It looked like Sonic for sure had that kill, but Swisher continuing to advance towards the B side. BNB fully still in this matchup. Spongy going to the plant. Fang and OC retaking the site though with the A1S, and OC with the op still in hand there. Swisher with only 4 HP, an AK and a dream to keep the Bears in this series. OC's head peeks opposite side of sight. Marky will finish off Swisher there. And ultimately, Extra Salt looked impressive in this series. Able to close out Bad News Bears 2-0. And it looks like, if I'm not mistaken, the winner officially will be advancing to the closed qualifier. So congrats to Extra Salt there. Bad News Bears, I believe they had Viz in that previous match of the qualifier, but not sure if he just wasn't available for this this series against ES. Ultimately, Mad Cow, BNB's coach, had to fill in. He did what he could, but Mad Cow and the boys just not able to get enough stops there defensively to start out Ancient, and that's ultimately what kind of sealed the deal on not being able to get a 3rd map for themselves. So congrats to Extra Salt advancing to the closed qualies. We'll see how BNB does in the RMR and some of their next tournaments. Wishing them the best of luck. We'll be following both these teams intently. You can keep an eye on my Twitter and Twitch notifications for the next set of NA streams. My Twitter, same alias, at Hamtaro1H. So until next time, guys, have a great weekend.